My name is Laura Poland. This is
I'm Salome Bayana, a third-year student at Miami studying dietetics.
And I'm Anna McFarland, also a third-year student at Miami studying dietetics.
Okay. My name again is Laura, and I'm a registered dietitian. And if you have any questions for us, please feel free to email me as we go through this presentation. And thank you so much for joining us. Our hope today is to help you achieve a healthy lifestyle and understand a little bit more about how we can fail at the goals that we set for ourselves or the resolutions we set this time of year, especially when we think about it the most. So I'm going to share my screen with you right now, and just bear with me for just a second. And we are going to go to our PowerPoint presentation. All right, so the three of us are happy to present this to you, Achieving a Healthy Lifestyle One Step at a Time. You've already met the three of us, and we're going to let Salome begin.
Okay, so I'm going to begin talking about the stats of all of this. Did you know in 2015 the #1 New Year resolution was weight loss, but only 8% of the population was able to successfully achieve their goals, and that 36% of people break their goals by the end of January, and that number increases to 56% by July. It is now 2016, and it's time for you to step up to the plate and be that 8%. So, like I said, the #1 resolution in 2015 was weight loss. So a little bit about weight loss and the correlation with calories. So what is a calorie? Calories are the energy in our food, which our body constantly needs in order to function. It's no secret that if you eat more calories than you burn, you are increasing your weight. Understanding calories a little bit better. So 1 pound of fat is equivalent to 3,500 calories. That's the magic number. For women, the minimum caloric intake is 1,400 calories a day. And for men, it's 1,800 calories per day. So if you want to lose a pound of fat, you have to reach that 3,500 calorie deficit. So in general, if you cut 500 calories from your typical diet each day, you'd lose a pound a week. And you can see the math with that. 500 calories times 7 days equals that 3,500 calorie deficit. So how to lose weight without being discouraged? It's very simple. You simply have to set goals. There are short-term goals and then long-term goals, and these both will help you achieve weight loss or whatever your goal is in the end. So short-term goals, these are goals that you want to accomplish in the near future. It's good to create weekly goals that you can use to build and grow off of. So that's very vital in the process. And then we have long-term goals. These are goals that you plan to accomplish or you want to accomplish in the late future. So you need to choose a goal that may be out of reach, but not impossible. So how to reach your long-term goals. I've listed out for you guys 3 nice ways for you to try to reach your goals. So first, work backwards. Allow your short-term goals to form the bridge that'll make achieving your long-term goal possible. With that being said, it'll help you look and see your step-by-step process in order to reach that long-term goal in the end. Ask yourself, where do you want to be in 1 year, 5 years, and even 10 years? And what do you need to do to get there, and how can you achieve that? Finally, prioritize your goals. This is vital in that, every goal is important, but being able to realize what you need to do first. So some examples I have for you guys. Short-term goals, eat more fruits and veggies, stay hydrated, reduce portion sizes. These are all good examples of short-term goals. And long-term examples, just losing weight, running a 5K race in 6 months, only eating out once a week, and otherwise just meal planning. So these are some really nice examples of both short and long-term goals. So with that being said, I'm going to turn it over to Anna so she can explain to you guys how you can make your goals SMART. So Anna.
Okay. Thank you, Salome, for your great introductory. So she's mentioned some surprising statistics about New Year's resolutions, and though it may seem that setting goals now is something that's maybe not as promising as we thought, that only 8% who succeed their New Year's resolution. But in fact, we can set goals that will be successful by setting SMART goals. SMART goals stand for specific, measurable, achievable, realistic, and timely goals. And more specifically, what are SMART goals? So now I'm going to go over the meaning of what each individual component of SMART goals means. So specific. A specific goal clearly states what you want to accomplish, why it's an important goal, and how you intend to accomplish it. Basically, the goal should answer the questions how, what, when, and where. And along with this, you should be able to visualize the end goal and really see what the overall picture is and whether or not you can achieve it. Next is the topic of measurable. Is your goal something that you can measure and as a tangible evidence? To determine if your goal is measurable, ask the questions such as how much, or how many, and when is it going to be accomplished. You should. This helps you to measure your progress toward your goal. Most importantly, when you can measure your goals and start noticing results, that's when it's rewarding. Track your progress. It is the key component to success, and it helps you to stay accountable for your actions and motivates you to continue them. Even gold stars and stickers really do work. Tracking that as you go and rewarding yourself. So the next one is achievable. Choose a goal that you personally can achieve. Goals should be achievable. So can you visualize yourself and how you will feel when you achieve your goal? Visualization is also another key component to achievable. It should stretch you slightly so you feel challenged, but defined well enough so you can accomplish it. Starting with small changes is helpful because you can always make it harder later. You need to allow yourself to modify your goals as needed. Like we all know, nobody's perfect. And you should know that in setting goals, being flexible is okay. And be okay with flexibility, basically. The next one is realistic. Be reasonable. Ask yourself if the goals that are within your availability of your individual resources, time, and knowledge. If you think your goal is worthwhile, you're more likely to achieve it. Make sure you personally are the one setting your goals and not someone else. Because if someone else is setting the goal for you, maybe it's not exactly what you want and you can't exactly see yourself accomplishing that goal. So, and also, many obstacles can come up with your progress in your goal. So know that it's okay to modify and make changes to what fits your life and be aware of what's going on around you at the time. We all know that circumstances can change at any given moment. With that being said, avoid the all or nothing mentality that many people fall into. And remember that every day is a new day. And if you mess up or you forget a day, it's okay. And you're going to move on from the next day. And you're not going to let yourself fall back and into off the track. So you keep moving forward from any mistake that you make and know that that's okay. The next one is timely. So goals should be linked to a time frame in order to create a sense of urgency. Or it's very likely that you will not attain your goal. Without that sense of urgency, it can be difficult. For example, A 1-year goal or sometimes even 6-month goals can be difficult to achieve because it's easy to get off track when the end result seems so far away and you get caught up in what is happening in the now. So what I would recommend doing is start by setting weekly goals. Or for others, it might be more beneficial to start out with even daily goals. These shorter goals can aid in leading up to greater overall long-term goals. As Salome had presented to you guys, short-term goals lead to the long-term, and they coincide with each other and they can overlap. Therefore, knowing whether you would benefit better with daily goals or even weekly goals, that's part of knowing yourself in this aspect. So how will you succeed better in with your goals? Part of being timely is also to know exactly how often you'll work towards your goal and when you plan to accomplish it. So set your deadline and really stick to it. And that's okay if it's a weekly or a few days, however you know that you're going to accomplish it. Just keep your mind to it. Okay. And now to fully understand how to practice SMART goals, you have to incorporate all of these 5 key elements into the process of your goal setting. Specific, measurable, achievable, realistic, and timely are all key components, and one is not greater than the other. So an example of a topic that maybe you could set a SMART goal for, as Salome had introduced us, is to increase the consumption of fruits and vegetables. So maybe right now you are only consuming 1 or 2 veggies and fruits a day. That's okay. With this, an example of a short-term goal can be I will include at least 3 servings of fruit and veggies a day combined in my diet for 1 week. So ultimately, this can be turned into a long-term goal, and in the long run, you can have a goal of how you want your 3 servings of fruit and vegetables a day to become an everyday habit. And what you may not know is that to change or create a habit, it can take up to 4 to 6 weeks to fully establish it as a part of your lifestyle. So taking 1 week at a time is going to really be more beneficial for you instead of putting a 6-week deadline on. Avoid that and just focus primarily on the short term, 1 at a time of 1 week. But first, I'm going to go through the steps and how to create SMART goals for this short-term goal that we just created. So we'll start off with S, specific. How will I do it? So for example, you can say that you'll eat 1 serving of fruit for breakfast, such as a banana or an orange or a cup of blueberries, and just always including some sort of fruit in your breakfast. Another thing is, later on, you could say, I will always include a salad or another vegetable at lunchtime. That seems pretty reasonable. You're just including an extra salad with your lunch. You can also say that you'll have an afternoon snack between lunch and dinner that includes either 1 serving of fruit or a vegetable, for example, an apple with peanut butter. Instead of grabbing candy or chips or some other processed snacked food, just keep an eye out on just focusing on the whole food, such as a fruit and vegetable. So the next one we'll go into is the measurable. Ask yourself, how will I measure my goal? How much and how many? Keep track and write down. Maybe you want to keep track and write down in a food journal how many and which fruits and vegetables that you're consuming each day. So that's going to be what you're going to be doing to accomplish measurable. Tracking your intake will help for succeed in this goal. So the next one would also be achievable, as we said. You can ask yourself for this one, is this something that I can really do? See if it's reasonable you would want to ask yourself if it's reasonable, because I have only slightly increased the amount of fruits and veggies, and it's not too overwhelming. So if you were only eating 1 or 2 fruits or veggies a day and you bumped it up to 3, it's a reasonable number, and maybe it could be too easy for you, or maybe it's a perfect challenge, but you always want to start off easier and then you can go big later. Okay, so also you can, with this, you can limit yourself from. Wait, I'm sorry. You can plan a regular grocery store visit, and for example, you can go on Sundays and once a week, which you can get all your fruits and veggies for the week. And then another thing you could do is pack your lunches and keep fruits and veggies available at all times, and for example, keeping them out in the kitchen or just on the counter, wherever you can see yourself grabbing it for lunch, or not for lunch, sorry, for a snack if you run into that. The reason this will be achievable because of all the different aspects of whether if it's too overwhelming, you're not going to achieve it. But with our circumstance, it's going to be fine. Okay, for the next step is realistic. Ask yourself if this is something that you want to do, and what are the obstacles that may get in the way, and how can I overcome them? So you could say that this is something that I want to do because by eating more fruits and vegetables each day, I know that I'm taking steps to improve my health. I also know that realistically, there may be a few times that I fall in a situation where I'm not able to follow through on my plans, whether it's because I simply forget, overslept, or maybe I just couldn't pack my lunch, or if there is an instance where I have no control over the food that is being served to me, such as a lunch outing or a dinner out with family, that's okay. You can do that. This is where making adjustments as needed and flexibility comes into play. And also understand that there's more than one way to achieve a goal. Maybe that you're taken out for a meeting at lunch and you couldn't pack your lunch. You can instead order something off the menu that has a vegetable, or just include a salad along with your meal. Restaurants can usually accommodate to their customers, so usually you wouldn't have a problem. Also, if you're running late and didn't have time for breakfast or forgot, you can always try to have an extra serving of fruit or vegetable later on the day. Or if that doesn't work out, double up on the next day. Always have a backup plan and know that different options are okay. This is all part of the journey to achieve success. Learning how to cope with setbacks. Don't expect that you'll be 100% perfect. This is a really a key important aspect of SMART goals, coping with those setbacks, because they will happen and you will not see success like a straight line, like in that one, again, the picture from the last slide. It's gonna be crazy, and you're gonna fall into circumstances that you have no control over, or you're gonna mess up, and that's okay. So now the next one is timely. So ask yourself, how often or when will I do this? So you could say for 1 week, I'll do this every day. For example, you could start on the following Monday. And this is a daily thing that you'll keep track of consuming fruits and veggies 3 times a day. Depending on how the week goes, you can even plan to continue it the following week, and like we had said before, having the short-term goals lead up to your long-term goals. And I'll mention again that it takes 4 to 6 weeks to change or start a habit, and hopefully you can get to that length of time when you're committing to this goal, and it can become part of your lifestyle. That's the ultimate goal. So maybe even the 3 servings can later become 5 servings if things work out great in the long run. So now that we know that, oh, I'm sorry. So I hope that you guys have questions. You can definitely email. There'll be an email for you guys available. You can have questions. This is information. It can be hard to understand right off the bat. So please email questions, and one of us will get back to you. Yeah, and now I'd like to pass this on to Laura, and she's going to talk about how you can use these SMART goals in a challenge that may be coming up for you. We'll see.
Thanks, Anna. Thanks, Salome. Great information. And yeah, I'm going to start by talking about taking that next step, or the small steps that we've talked about, to achieve a healthy lifestyle and incorporate into a challenge. I hope you realize from some of the information that we've presented is that when you do set a goal for yourself, it's okay to adjust your goal as needed and understand what's realistic. That's why in the beginning we talked a lot about the calories and what is, the biggest obstacle, the biggest goal that tends to be set is that somebody wants to lose weight. But losing weight is great, and most of us would say we want to lose 50 pounds tomorrow if we could, but the reality is that 50 pounds, for each of those pounds, is 3,500 calories. That's so important to understand. Set yourself up for success in your goals and not failure. So that's what we want to talk about, is kind of taking those small steps, as Anna was talking about with the fruits and vegetables. Accomplish, if you're at 1 or 2 servings of fruits and vegetables a day, focus on getting to 3 to 4. Once that feels comfortable to you, you can bump up and set your next goal to getting 4 to 5 per day. And eventually you'll get to the ultimate goal for a healthy lifestyle, which is 5 servings of fruits and vegetables every day. So now that we understand how to set these SMART goals, I would like to present to you a challenge, Step Up to the Plate 8-week lifestyle challenge. What we are going to do in this challenge, let me give you the details here. January 11th through March 16th is how long it will run. And you're going to focus on building a healthy lifestyle one step at a time. So just like we were talking about before, you're going to be given specific goals to follow. Each week you'll receive an email with support for that new healthy habit or that goal that will give you information on how to achieve it. You're going to track your progress. You will be given a tracker for the 8 weeks where you will keep track and see how you're making progress towards the goal, and you can earn money back. So each participant who completes the challenge will earn $10 Amazon allowance for completing the challenge and sending me your tracker at the end. I do want to specify that if you are doing this challenge, my goal isn't to have you be 100% perfect. As you can tell from what we know about setting goals, is you don't have to be perfect all the time, but we do want to try to encourage you to focus on these different healthy habits and focus on including them as much as you possibly can into your daily lifestyle. It's a step-by-step to achieve a healthier plate and healthier habits in 2016. Each week, I said there are 8 weeks. You can kind of see the topics here that we'll be covering each of the 8 weeks. Everything from water, fruits and vegetable, carbohydrate, protein, to the timing of the meals, to are you getting enough sleep, and of course fitness, cardio, fitness, strength training. If you want to achieve a healthy lifestyle, if you want to lose weight, or even if you don't want to lose weight, maybe you want to maintain your weight but you just want to get healthier, it has to be well-rounded. You have to think about all of these aspects of health in order to be on the right track and achieve and then maintain that healthy lifestyle. That's our ultimate goal. So anyone can join the challenge. I encourage you to challenge all of your friends and family to join you. One of the things we didn't mention, but you can actually make your SMART goals SMARTS goals, with an S at the end, that S being support. Get support for your goals. Yes, you're in charge of setting them, but you can have people support you in that. And maybe having friends and family join you in this challenge can give you the support you need. So registration has begun. It is $25 per participant. If you go to my website, you can register for the program, and I will be sending you an invoice for the $25. Once you pay your $25, you will receive your tracking form, and you will start receiving emails next Monday the 11th. I actually will send the emails out Sundays, and so you'll be ready to go on Monday. So again, following this webinar, you'll receive an email with a link to register for the challenge. Thank you so much for joining us today. We really appreciate having you. And if you have any desire to follow me or go to my website is dietitianinyourkitchen.com, and it is spelled with a T-I-A-N, not a C-I-A-N. A lot of people want to do that. And if you look me up on Facebook, please use Dietitian in Your Kitchen, D-I-T-I-T-I-A-N. You can also follow me on Twitter at Laura Poland RD. So thank you so much for joining us today. We hope you had a great time. And good luck in your goals for 2016. And we wish you well. Thanks so much. Bye.